December the 10th, 1948, the General Assembly of the United Nations adopted and proclaimed the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The Assembly called upon all member states to publicise the text, causing it to be displayed, disseminated, read, and expanded, principally in schools and other educational institutions without distinction based on the political status of countries or territories. Preamble. Whereas the recognition of the inherent dignity and equal and inalienable rights of every member of the human family is the foundation of freedom, justice, and peace in the world. Whereas the recognition of the inherent dignity and equal and inalienable rights of every member of the human family is the foundation of freedom, justice, and peace in the world. Whereas disregard and contempt for human rights has resulted in barbarous acts which have outraged the conscience of the world, and the advent of a world in which all human beings shall enjoy freedom from fear and want, and freedom of belief and speech, has been proclaimed as the highest aspiration of the common people, whereas it is essential to promote the development of friendly relations between nations, whereas it is essential, if people are not to be compelled to have resort as a last recourse to rebellion against tyranny and oppression, that human rights shall be protected by the rule of law. Whereas the peoples of the United Nations have, in the Charter, reaffirmed their faith in fundamental human rights, the dignity and worth of the human person, and the equal rights of men and women. They have determined to promote social progress and better standards of life in larger freedoms, whereas the member states have pledged themselves to achieve, in cooperation with the United Nations, universal respect for and recognition of human rights and fundamental freedoms. Whereas a common understanding of these rights and freedoms is of the greatest importance for the full realization of this pledge. Now, therefore, the General Assembly proclaims this universal declaration as a common standard of achievement for all peoples and all nations, to the end that every individual and every organ of society, keeping this declaration constantly in mind, shall strive through teaching and education to promote respect for these rights and freedoms, and nationally and internationally through progressive measures to secure their universal and effective recognition and observance, both among the peoples of the member states and the peoples in territories under their jurisdiction. Article 1.
Language. What other sign in Nara? What found the any and you yam him? Na ancestor wo yim other sign in Nara ye pe. Other sani biara wa dream any tima. Necessary sign in Nara ne one tsna. Wo ayonko fa mi odo.
It's in Amharic. የሰው ልጅ ሁሉ ሲወለድ ነፃና በክብርና በመብት እኩልነት ያለው ነው። የተፈጥሮ የማስተዋል ህሊና ስላለው አንዱ ሌላውን በወንድማማችነት መመልከት ይገባዋል። I'm going to read in English as well. All human beings are born equal, are born free and equal. They're all endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood.
Article 2. Everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration, without distinction of any kind, such as race, colour, sex, language, religion or political opinion, birth, property, or any other status. Furthermore, no distinction shall be made on the basis of the international, political, or jurisdictional status of the country or territory to which a person belongs, whether that be independent, trust, non-self-governing, or under any other limitation of sovereignty. Article 3.
Article 3 in Kinyarwanda. Buri muntu wese afite uburenganzira bwo kubaho, kwishyira akizana no kutarengana.
No one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment. Article 6. Everyone has the right to recognition everywhere as a person before the law. Article 7. All are equal before the law. And all are entitled, without any discrimination, to equal protection by the law. All are entitled to equal protection against any discrimination in violation of this declaration and against any incitement to such violation. Article 8. Everyone has the right to an effective remedy by the nationally competent tribunals for any violation of the rights, of the fundamental rights granted to them by the Constitution or by law. Article 9. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest, detention, or exile. Article 10. Everyone, in full equality, has the right to a fair and public hearing in the determination of their rights and obligations and of any criminal charge brought against them. Article 11. Everyone charged with a penal offence has the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty according to the law in a public trial in which they have had all the guarantees necessary for their defence. Nor shall anyone be held guilty on account of any act or omission which did not constitute a penal offence at the time when it was committed. Nor shall any heavier penalty be imposed than the one which was applicable at the time when it was committed. Article 12. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with their privacy, home, family, or correspondence, nor to attacks upon their honour and reputation. Everyone has the protection of the law against such arbitrary interference or attack. Article 13.1. Everyone has the right to the freedom of movement and residence within the borders of each state. Article 13.2. Everyone has the right to leave any country and to return to that country and to return to Article 13.2. Everyone has the right to leave any country and to return to their own country. Article 14.1. Everyone has the right to seek and to enjoy in other countries asylum from persecution. Article 14.2. This right may not be exercised in cases arising from genuinely non-political prosecution or any acts contrary to the purposes and principles of the United Nations. Article 15.1. Everyone has the right to a nationality. Article 15.2. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of their nationality, nor denied the right to change their nationality. Article 16. Men and women of full age, without any limitation due to race, religion, or nationality, have the right to marry and to found a family. They have equal rights at marriage, during marriage, and at its dissolution. Article 26.2. Marriage may not be entered into without the full and free consent of the intending spouses. Article 26.3. The family is a fundamental unit of society and should be protected by society and the state. Article 17.1. Everyone has the right to own property, alone or in association with others. Article 17.2. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of their property. Article 18. Everyone has the right to the freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. This right includes the freedom to change religion or belief, and the freedom, alone and with others, in private and in public, to manifest religion or belief through worship, teaching, and observance. Article 19.
In Twi, a Ghanaian language, Obiara wo ho kwan se odwen your dream. Na otumika na dream. No tumine nipa adasa edwin. Obiara ni kwan so si wo kwan se wotumi kokro bi so na wotumi kire wadwen. Article 20.
Article 20.1. Everyone has the right to the freedom of peaceful assembly and association. Article 20.2. No one shall be compelled to belong to an association. Article 21.
به نام انسان که آرزوی بزرگ ماست. نخست یادی میکنم از نخستین نویسنده اعلامیه جهانی حقوق بشر کوروش بزرگ و بعد از سعدی که با تأکید بر انسان آدمها را اعضای دیگر میدانست و چرا یادی نکنم از شاملوی بزرگ این شاعر عظیم آزادی که انسان را دشواری وظیفه میدانست. ماده 21. هر شخصی حق دارد در اداره امور عمومی کشور خود مستقیما یا از طریق نمایندگانی که آزادانه انتخاب شده باشند شرکت کنند. 2. هر کسی حق دارد با شرایط برابر به مشاغل عمومی کشور خود دست یابد. 3. اراده مردم اساس قدرت حکومت است. این اراده طی انتخاباتی سالم ابراز می شود که باید به صورت دوره‌ای برگزار شود. انتخابات باید عمومی، با رعایت برابری و با رأی مخفی برگزار شود، طوری که آزادی رأی را تأمین کند. آرتیکل 22.
Everyone, as a member of society, has the right to social security and to the realisation, through national effort and international cooperation, and according to the organisation and resources of each state, of the economic, cultural and economic, social and cultural rights which are indispensable for the full development of their personality. Article 23. Everyone has the right to take part in the government of their country, directly or through freely chosen representatives. Article 23.2. Everyone has the right of equal access to public service in their country. Article 21.3. The will of the people shall be the basis for the authority of government. This will shall be expressed in periodic and genuinely free elections, which shall be held by universal suffrage and by secret vote or equivalent free voting procedures. Article 23.1. Everyone has the right to work, to free choice of work, to just and favourable remuneration, and to protection against unemployment. Article 23.2. Everyone, without any discrimination, has the right to equal pay for equal work. Article 23.3. Everyone who works has the right to just and favourable remuneration, ensuring for themselves and their family an existence worthy of human dignity and supplemented, where necessary, by other forms of social protection. Article 23.4. Everyone has the right to form and to join trade unions for the protection of their interest. Article 24. Everyone has the right to rest and leisure. A reasonable limitation of working hours and periodic holidays with pay. Article 25.1. Everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate for the health and well-being of themselves and their family, including food, clothing, housing, medical care, and the necessary social services, and the right to security in the event of disability, sickness, old age, and any other loss of livelihood in circumstances beyond their control. Article 25.2. Motherhood and childhood are entitled to special care and protection. All children, whether born in or out of wedlock, shall enjoy the same social protection. Article 26. Everyone has the right to education. Education shall be free, at least in the elementary and fundamental stages. Elementary education shall be compulsory. Professional and technical education shall be made generally available, and higher education shall be equally available to all on the basis of merit. Article 26.2. Education shall be directed at the full development of the shall be directed towards the full development of the human personality and towards the strengthening of human rights and fundamental freedoms. It shall promote tolerance, understanding, and friendship between all nations, religious or racial groups, and further the aims of the United Nations in the maintenance of peace. Article 26.3. Parents shall have a prior right to choose the kind of education that shall be given to their children. Article 27. Everyone has the right to freely participate in the cultural life of the community, to enjoy the arts, and to share in the advancements of science and its benefits. Article 27.2. Everyone has the right to any moral or material, everyone has the right to the protection of any moral or material benefits resulting from any scientific, literary, or artistic production of which they are the author. Article 28. Everyone has the right to a social and international order in which all the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration can be realised. Article 29.1. everyone has duties towards the community in which alone the full development of their personality is possible. Article 29.2. In the exercise of our rights and freedoms, no one shall be subjected to any limitations other than those determined by law, solely for the purpose of respecting, of recognising and respecting the rights of others, and of meeting the just requirements of morality, public order, and the general welfare in a democratic society. Article 29.3. These rights and freedoms may, in no case, be exercised contrary to the purposes and principles of the United Nations. Article 30.